What is up, everyone? It's your boy X Ninja here, and today, if you already couldn't tell by the name of the title, this is a video about the top 10 gaming laptops for 2015. And if you're wondering, none of these are in any way, shape, or form in a specific order. These are just the top 10 that I picked, no specific order. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So, the first one on our list is the Venom Blackbook 15 High Performance Notebook from Venom. Yeah, I think that's just the name of the company. I don't know if there's any like background company or anything like that. But anyway, it has a 15.6-inch 3K display, which is IPS, so that's definitely a good thing. It's also anti-glare matte, just in case you really need to know about that. It has an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 970M graphics card with 3 GB of GDDR5 graphical RAM. It has an Intel Core i7 4710HQ processor with a 512 GB high-speed SSD drive. So yeah, that's what you get with your Venom Blackbook 15. Alright, anyway, on to the next one. The next one is the MSI GE62 Apache. This is the Apache. The one I'm looking at is the -002 model. It is a 15.6-inch laptop with a 1080p screen, which is also anti-glare. It has an Intel Core i7 4720HQ processor running at 2.6 GHz, 8 gigs of RAM, a 1 TB hard drive, and an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 965M graphics card with 2 GB of GDDR5 graphical RAM. So, I mean, you're getting pretty good specs on this, and from the price here, it's actually quite good. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. The next one on my list, and I know some people are probably going to disagree with me on this, but the next one on here is the Alienware 13 gaming laptop. Now, I can't really specifically say a specific sort of spec list for this, mostly because Alienware, if you don't already know, they're very customizable. So it's really on what you want to put in it that makes it what it is. But I mean, indefinite, it will have an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 960M graphics card with 2 gigs of GDDR5. That's just indefinite from what I'm looking at here. But the rest is, like I said, completely up to you. You can customize the lights on this. So yeah, you want to get all into that. There you go. It's perfect for you. I'm gonna try and slow down a bit because I'm gonna be trying to showing you guys what the computers are along with this when I edit it anyway, which is like right after I record this. But anyway, let's keep moving. We have the Asus G751, which is a 17-inch laptop from Asus with an Intel Core i7 4710HQ processor running at 2.5 GHz, 16 gigs of DDR3 RAM, a 1 TB hard drive, and like I said, a 17-inch screen, which I do believe, yes, it's a 1080p screen. So yeah, if you want anything higher than that, then don't worry, we do have actually a lot of 3K and 4K laptops on this list, so just letting you know that now. But let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So speaking of 4K and 3K, next we have on our list is the 17-inch beast of a laptop. This one is probably one of my personal favorites. It's the Asus X7 Pro. It has now just a reminder, this thing is only 0.9 inches thin, so just keep that in mind when I say all these specs. It has a GTX 970M SLI graphics with 6 gigs of graphical RAM, 3 gigs per graphics card, because if you don't already know, SLI does mean that there's 2 of them in there, just in case you didn't know. But anyway, let's keep on going with the spec list on here. There's a whole lot. I can't even find everything on here. I'm on the main website. Alright, here it is. It has an Intel Core i7 4870HQ processor running at 2.5 to what can be boosted up, or what looks like you can configure yourself, to 3.7 gigahertz of the same processor. And like I said, it has that beautiful 17-inch Full HD 1080p IPS display. Has 8 gigs of RAM, but it says, it looks as here that it's customizable for the RAM, because it says 4 slots are inside, so that means a maximum of 32 gigabytes of RAM. So that's pretty cool. We've already said the graphics card, and for the storage, it looks like you get, oh, there's a whole lot of storage options. It says it supports a quadruple storage system with a 2.5-inch 1 terabyte hard drive, or a 2 terabyte hard drive, and as well as 3 slots for mSATA for 128, 256, and 512 gigabyte SSD slots. That's incredible. That's incredible. Just saying, all of this is incredible. But I can tell you right now, it's definitely going to come at a price. So anyway, let's go on to the next one on our list, which is another Aorus laptop. It's the Aorus X3 Plus. This is kind of the smaller version of the 17-inch beast, but the don't get it wrong now. Don't get it wrong. The 13-inch one is also a beast as well, because it looks as if here, holy cow, it's got a GTX 970M graphics card with 6 gigs of graphical RAM. Holy cow, that's pretty awesome. Oh, and instead of 1080p, this one is the one with 4K resolution on that display. They're both IPS displays, by the way, because no one wants a TN panel. Those are nasty. All right, let me go all the way down here for the spec list. I know it's taking a little minute. So how you guys doing while I find the spec list? Anyway, it has a 4th generation Intel Core i7 4710 HQ processor, or it looks like an i7 4860 HQ processor, so you can choose which either one. Oh wait, no, that's just the X3 Plus, and the Plus V3 has different specs. Alright, there's a whole bunch of specs here. I'm sorry if I'm just mumbling now, but there's a whole lot here. It's got 8 gigs of RAM, upgradable to 16 gigs. We've already said about the display. Has an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 970M graphics card with 6 gigs. We've already said that. Yeah, there's just a whole lot of specs, and I just kind of want to keep this moving, so you guys, don't worry. If you guys want to really figure out about these laptops, links to all of them will be in the description below, so don't worry. You will have accessibility to that. So on to the Acer Aspire V17 Nitro Black Edition. God, that is a handful of words. Alright, so it's a 17-inch gaming laptop with a full HD screen, which is also a matte display. A lot of these on here have matte displays. I think only maybe one of them has a glossy display. But anyway, it has an Intel Core i7 4720 HQ processor running at 2.6 gigahertz, 16 gigs of RAM, a 1 terabyte hard drive, paired with a 256 gigabyte solid state drive. So pretty good specs. It also has an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 860M graphics card, and I do believe that I want to say that is 3 gigs of graphical RAM. I'm kind of looking off of Amazon. I know, Amazon. Alright, yeah, actually, you know what? I think it's just 2 gigs. Alright, anyway, like I said, that'll be in the description below. You can find it out there. Anyway, now we have the Asus Republic of Gamers G501JW. Jesus, that's a handful again. Alright, so this one has an Intel Core i7 4720 HQ processor running at 2.6 GHz, 16 gigs of RAM, 512 GB SSD, an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 960M graphics card with 4 gigs of GDDR5. Wow, that's pretty awesome. This one's actually a thin and light laptop from Asus, so that's pretty cool. It has a 15.6-inch 4K display. That is pretty awesome. And it's a matte display, once again. Not sure if all of you care about that. Now here's probably one of the cream of the crops we've got here. I don't know why I said that. Please don't ask me why. Because I really don't know. We have the Razer Blade 14 2015 edition. Now the 2015 edition comes in 2 different models. You have the Quad HD Plus touch display, which is of course a 4K touchscreen display, and it also comes with a version where there's only full HD, but it's non-touch, so it's a matte screen, 1080p, IPS panel, not TN. Thank God they're never going back to the TN when the Razer Blade 14 first came out. Man, that was such a drawback. But anyway, so yeah, there's those 2 different models, but they both come with an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 970M graphics card with 3 gigs of GDDR5 VRAM, an Intel Core i7 4720 HQ quad-core processor with hyper-threading of 2.6 GHz with a 3.6 GHz turbo boost, so that's quite awesome. Now, only the 4K version comes with 16 gigs of RAM, and the full HD version comes with 8 gigs of RAM. So yeah, you do have that difference there. And the 4K version comes in 3 different flavors. You've got, I don't know why I said flavors. It's like I'm talking about ice cream. Anyway, it has 128 gigs of SSD space. By the way, these are all SSDs. 128 gigs, 256 gigs, and 512 gigs. But the full HD version only comes with 256 gigs. Sadly, we don't get the other 2 options for the full HD version. But hey, 256 gigs isn't really that bad as long as you know how to really manage your storage options. So yeah, that's the Razer Blade 14 2015 edition. So on to the final cream of the crop on our top 10 list. We're back at Aorus now. This is the Aorus X5. Now the reason why I just love this one is, trust me, you're gonna love this too when you hear the spec list, because all Aorus computers they're all thin and light computers, but just listen to the spec list here for a second. Alright, so you have an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 965M graphics cards, that's multiple, in SLI, and I think both of them have 4 gigs of VRAM on board, so that's a total of 8 gigs of VRAM of dual GTX 965M graphics cards. That's phenomenal. That's crazy, and it's only 5.51 pounds according to this. Whew, that's quite crazy. I'm sorry, I'm like stumbling on my words, but it's just too amazing. All right, but it also has a 5th generation Intel Core i7 5700 HQ processor running at 2.7 GHz with a turbo boost up to 3.5 GHz. Now, I'm not sure if this is the only laptop on here with 5th generation Intel Core processors, and I want to say it is because the other ones had different kind of model numbers for the processors, so this may be the only one on here with the Broadwell processor, but don't quote me on that because I don't know. It also has a 4K display. Pretty awesome. It has a 4K IPS display with NVIDIA G-Sync technology. That's awesome. Which, by the way, if you guys don't know what NVIDIA G-Sync is, it's basically it takes away, like when you play your games, it takes away from, you know, input lag and screen splitting and stuff like that. Not like split screen where multiplayer. Plus you're on PC. No one plays split screen on a PC. That'd be weird. Anyway, back to the spec list. It has 8 gigs of RAM. It has a maximum of 32 gigs, so you can put your own RAM in there as well.
What did you find?
Yeah. We've already said the graphics card, but it does support 3 different slots. It has 3 slots for mSATA SSD storage, which you can just slide in a 128 all the way up to 512 gig mSATA drives in there. It also has a 2.5-inch hard drive bay, only one bay, where you can use a 500 gig, 750 gig, 1 terabyte, 1.5 terabyte, or 2 terabyte 5400 to 7200 RPM drives, apparently. Or that's just what it comes with. I'm not sure if you can go beyond that, but I mean, you probably could. It's PC. They're always upgradable, right? So yeah, those are just the basic spec lists for those top 10 laptops that I have. So if you guys want to find out any more information on any of the laptops that I have discussed in this video, links will all be in the description below. Also be sure to check out my channel, because that would just be amazing. And if you really enjoyed this video, I would just say definitely just like and subscribe and leave a comment if you would like, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.